You're right.
My dad's dead.
I'm sorry about that.
Me too.
God, I don't know what to say. Yeah, he seemed like a good man from what I've spoken with him.
I didn't get to. And the last time I talked to him, I yelled at him.
It must be really hard. I'm sure that he loved you.
I know.
I really don't know what to say. I'm not like an emotional person. Like when it comes to especially when it comes to comforting people about death, it's not really something I'm good at. If you ever need someone to talk to or anything, I'm here.
What was that?
If you ever need someone to talk to, I'm here.
I don't know where my. He ran off.
He'll show back up.
My head.
Would you need me to get anything for you? I mean, there's not really a lot to say here. Her dad just died. You know, I told her I'm here for her if she needs anything. I said I'm sorry to hear that. What else do you say? What else do you say? Don't know.
My dad used to spend a lot of time in my barn.
Hmm.
Out because he knew I couldn't leave.
It's because he enjoyed spending time with you.
Yeah. He would be so excited when babies would. But now he's not gonna get to.
Oh, he will. He'll be always watching now. He's gonna be always with you.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh God, yeah, maybe. I want to ask how her mother's handling it, but I don't know if I should. Hmm. Because I don't want to make this about her mother. It's about her. Hmm.
Scared they wouldn't listen to me.
Of course.
Well, I'm here as requested.
Yes, you were requested, not Olive Sunspear.
Do you think that I will not come here without all Sunspear?
I didn't know lords and ladies traveled with their whole kingdom.
In the case of Dawn, we do, because the people of Dawn is what makes our kingdom.
Well, only you are going to be permitted inside the throne room.
And I'm afraid that I will not enter the throne.
You think you're going to show up in King's Landing with all of Dorne, and you think that I'm not going to have all my people there too?
No,
Fine.
you're
Rally
free
all
to
of King's
have all
Landing.
your
Get them
people.
to stand behind me as
Go get
well
them.
when I tell him what I have to say.
Go ahead.
Duncan, go.
Yep. You're able to lock everyone together. Stand behind her while she talks to him.
Yep.
Reminds me of times in the Citadel when the Archmaesters cannot agree whether a book should be included in the library or not.
Not down here.
No, we can do it here. If he doesn't want to wish to go into the throne room, we're going to do it
very
here
important.
in the open.
Right.
Looks like everyone we have awake right now.
My father has passed away not even 24 hours from right now. And you have the audacity
Oh, wow.
to leave a note in my mailbox saying that the Martell bloodline has ended. I'm here to tell you right now
A note.
that the Martell
Right.
bloodline runs through me and my brothers. So you are sadly mistaken.
The Martell bloodline does run through your veins, but as you have read notes, the ones that have a claim upon Sunspear ground have passed away.
Claims pass
you
on
can-
through their families. That's how
And
fucking.
the fact that you can even leave
That's
a
how
note like that after
royal
my
families
father has
work.
passed away shows me how inconsiderate you are of any person.
I wasn't even considering that at all.
I can't even understand what you're saying.
Tread lightly.
We are sorry for your loss, of course.
We are. However, we were also informed that something we as Dawn don't like. We were informed about, well, the messenger of was claiming to come from was true. I don't recognize any of these people here.
You're going to need to speak up. Your voice isn't traveling very
You
well.
need to speak up.
My excuses for that. Like I said, we had received a messenger from. Was a knight of yours I cannot east free. Either way, he claimed to be, and made some maneuvers for my considerations. That apparently, according to you, Dawn is not independent and free.
According to me,
According to King's Landing, not to anyone specific.
Do we have any other knights? I don't even know.
was it an order from the Queen, or was it an order from myself that have said that we have said these things? Because I would like to know.
We received a letter signed by Queen Daenerys herself. Sadly, this letter disappeared, and where it went I do not know. It was stolen out of my...
That's ironic, isn't it? The letters
Well, I can tell
magically
you right
disappeared.
now that nothing was ever said. As far as being independent, the only kingdom that is independent is the Iron Islands. Dorne, as far as my knowledge has always gone, has been a neutral ground.
It is neutral, but it is its independence and own neutral ground.
If I may offer the historical knowledge behind the association of Dorne and King's Landing, Princess?
Go ahead.
Yes, as you know, Aegon and his ancestors, your ancestors, were never able to take Dorne by force. A sort of alliance was arranged between the two realms through marriage and the Martell line, which are granted Dorne a semi-autonomous relationship with the king, which is why they were able to maintain their title of prince. As far as I'm aware, no Dornish leader has ever kneeled before the Iron Throne since then, unless that happened in the last couple of winters or summers, without my knowledge at least.
Nor have I ever asked anyone to kneel. Neither has my mother.
That's what the marriage did. The marriage is an alliance. That they formed an alliance.
And tell me, why do you proclaim that we are neutral, not independent?
What was that? You're still very quiet.
My excuses again then. As I was saying is, why do you still proclaim us to be but only neutral, not independent and free as well?
Because when my cousin was the prince there, and when my father was the prince there, they were both neutral, and they expressed it multiple times.
And Aaron Martell himself expressed to our people multiple times that we are independent and free, yet we get to hear that is not the case.
The Martell motto.
Martell motto was made thousands of years ago, I reckon.
Still stands.
The motto still stands.
They didn't even say the motto. They just said the Martell
Martell
motto.
and Dorn. Is what you're saying.
No, but in respect of Aaron
Didn't
and
know a
Martell's
castle had
two
its own
kingdom,
words.
the current motto of Sunspear is the brute, the strong, the many. We do still heed to the words of Aaron Martell. We are free.
What I think I'm hearing is that the difference between neutrality and, say, autonomy. In the issue of autonomy, again, this has been mostly secured through the marriages through the Martell line to the crown, specifically the Targaryens. Now that that no longer exists, I guess there's a bit of an unclear situation as to whether or not, Princess, you will extend this autonomy to Dorne continually, and whether or not Dorne sees this as an offense if it is taken from them, and potential fallout from that between both parties here.
The fallout is on their side, to be
But
honest.
really, like, if they're following the
I never
Aaron
once came to you, nor
Martell's
did my mother come
words,
to you and tell you
like,
that you had
if
to
they're
kneel
trying
to
to
this
stay
crown.
loyal to the Martells and like following what they built and things like that,
Everything that my father stood for, everything
she
that my
has
cousin
Martell
stood
blood in
for,
her. They should respect that, but
stands.
they don't. They're discarding it.
Going to
So
force you to kneel, I would have came with an army and forced you to kneel. I did not do those things. But you want to come to me and leave a note in my mailbox about how the bloodline ends with Martell. It doesn't. We're still here. I don't have claim to your land, and I don't want claim to your land, but do not disgrace the fact that I still have Martell blood in me.
Do very much still have Martell blood around him.
Just so you know, you claim your independence. You claim your neutrality. You can have that. Do not call upon this crown to come after and fight a war that you have caused ever.
his claims
I hope
passed
you have
down
the defenses to ward off anybody
from son
that
to
you
daughter
make
for
enemy.
loads of lines. Claims passed down for a lot, like for a long time. A claim normally
That
disappears
is not
when
me
it's
threatening
forgotten.
you. That is me telling you. That is
People
what you
forget
want.
you have a claim, then
So I
it's
hope
gone.
you can defend
That
yourself.
is all I request.
But people haven't forgotten, you know,
All I
like
requested ever was Dawn to be an independent nation, as always should have been.
Can I ask a question? I've read a few books about the Blackfire Rebellion on our way back from Assos Grandmaster.
Oh, I'm
Seems
not the
to me
Grand Maester,
Baelor the
but
Blessed, Master, whatever. Seems to me that Baelor the Blessed went to Dorne and offered up marriage. Correct? Through that marriage to
that
Baelor's
is
son,
that
Daemon,
is correct.
and-
That is the original marriage that ended the war.
Yeah.
Do not be mistaken.
Baelor's
We do not
son,
ask
Daemon's
for a
son,
marriage, and neither do
Baelor
we ask
breaks
for a
spear.
war at all. We do not want to part ways with a war at all. Not our intentions. We
My
merely
point
want our
is
freedom, our
that Baelor's
independence,
grandson,
and we have just
Baelor
granted
II
this.
Breakspear Targaryen, helped the Targaryens crush the Blackfire Rebellion. Dorne has not always been neutral. Dorne has fought for the Targaryens before. That was the only point I wanted to make.
Did, and Dawn will not be neutral. War or harm or aggression threatens our borders. We'll seek it outside of our borders without a good reason. And as far we have no reason. So all we have
It sounds like both of you are saying the same thing here. Sounds like you both are saying you just want things to be the way they were before the this most recent winter storm. Am I correct in interpreting that?
You are correct.
Then why are you
then I
here
think it
to
would
show
be
your force?
yes.
Is that what you really wanted to do? To show how strong you are as a lord?
No, what I came to do here is my people who have felt being lied to, or well, as far as we knew, that we were not free. And they wanted to see we were indeed independent.
If it does not come with my name on it, my hand's name on it, or my mother's name on it, or the Lord Commander's name on it, then you can take it as false. Is that
Probably
understood?
It did, hey, Daenerys, it did have Daenerys Stormborn's name on it.
Then someone is lying to
But
you.
yet you can't tell me
Was
who
was
delivered
this the-
this to you.
Because if that note said anything different than what is right there, there has not been anything from my mother other than what is right there.
No, that was not the note. The note we received was one
Then
of the old
then
Star
someone
Wars, a
forged
paper.
something and put our mother's name on it.
My mother
And
has been
you should
taking care
regard
of
that
my
as
sick
false.
father until he passed away.
We know. We have what's been used. As far as you should be aware then, there is someone walking around in the armor of the knight to your left, the same colors, handing out notes with Daenerys Stormborn's name on it. However, the
Do you
man
have a
wasn't
description
wearing a
of him?
helmet at the time. He had the helmet and the armor, the colorless. His voice was quite low and strong.
What color hair did he have? He said he got a
That's all
helmet.
I can give, not see any facial recognition.
Put on? What kind of
Beyond
helmet?
blue
Like
eyes.
this?
He had a helmet on, so I did not see his hair. It's the standard metal helmet.
Trying to drop mine? Was it like this one?
No, it was a
Was it
standard
that
metal
then?
Very well then. Thank you for... I should not say thank you, but my appreciation for stating to me and my people that we are indeed friends.
I'm to understand correctly
Stay again,
that
please.
This must be quite bad then. I said my appreciations for giving me and my people of the Targaryens themselves. We are indeed an independent
Oh god.
is appreciated.
Dorne has always been, like I said, neutral. I am not going to use the word independent because that is not what my father used, nor is it what he taught me.
It's cutting her
That
hair.
is what you want to say, then that is
Oh.
what you want to say. But I still am going to stand firm in the fact that if you anger anyone outside of Dorne, nobody is going to come to your rescue. Be ready for that then.
We are not planning to. Dawn will not seek aggressions if we have no weakness. Not need help from outside. Dawn takes care of itself. We have people helping us, and then we have good reasons for them too. We will not seek the help of others.
Very well then.
The terminology
We're done
here
here.
is important. The princess is correct. Dorne has never been independent. Autonomous would probably be a better choice of words. That Dorne's been given special privilege to run their realm as they see fit, with consent of the crown, and of course that came with the title of prince or princess, which I am to assume that Talus will accept from the crown.
Who's Talus? Is he the Lord?
I will choose the title I please to choose the moment I am back in. The title will likely be king, as many people have requested me to take this title upon my head. And no matter what, I will not accept neutral or anything. I will leave here as independent. Boss.
You want to be like the
trying to say is we
Islands?
just
Is
want
that
our
what you're
freedom.
telling me?
Try not to interrupt her, please. Please go ahead.
You want to be like the Iron Islands? Fine. Be like the Iron Islands. You step foot outside of the jurisdiction of Dorne, and you are going to be on King's Landing land, where you have no control over anything.
Neither do we wish to have it.
I don't see this relationship as being beneficial for the realm, in my view. Is there no way to mend this through a marriage, or perhaps an exchanging of wards between both parties to ensure stability?
I'm not
He
asking them
comes
to
here the
marry
day
any
after
of
my
us.
father's death and pretty much tells me that he's going to proclaim himself as a king. So take your proclaimed king and leave my lands.
Very well. These people, we are true.
It would kind of help if he didn't cut out, like, every time he spoke.
Mr. Manumas, I'd like to speak. You would, too. Are you thinking the same thing I am? Tira?
What?
The Citadel owes their allegiance to the Seven Kingdoms. Seems to me Dorne's no longer part of the Seven Kingdoms. They shouldn't have a maester. Called him.
Well, even the Iron Isles are entitled to a maester.
This is true. Maester Manuvis is right.
Probably never get one. Don't think they've ever had a full
And,
maester.
I would even recommend that even if they were enemies, that a maester there would be good to maintain a line of communication. Rude the man seems to be, but perhaps there's room for negotiation in the future that we might close off if a tower and its ravenry is taken away from them.
Highly doubt it, but okay.
Don't
mean,
wish
I-
to exclude any kingdom.
Would you like me to send out a raven to the other realms with what you want to say on this matter, Princess?
So I'll have to think of what I want to say, and then you can send out. But I do believe that you are correct. Taking a maester away from them would be more hurtful than do us any good.
I do wish to assure you that I only arrived in Westeros from Old Town today. I have no political interests here at all, and certainly no interest in becoming involved politically. I wish to maintain the neutrality which my vows swear me to. So, you know, I hope that perhaps as they come to know me and perhaps trust me, maybe then negotiations can be reopened in a calmer manner. And I apologise that they came to you, particularly, such a short time of your father's passing, with such harsh words. Unfortunately, I wasn't even aware that that's what they were coming to do.
Have fun with the
They
goat
would have
lovers.
came eventually. But they had to wait for my father to die before he could proclaim himself to be a king. And to me, that just shows the utter disrespect that he has for anyone but himself and his people. And I'm not including you in that. I just want you to know. I know that you just said that you have no political interests, and I thank you for that. And I'm sorry for being so hasteful.
It's wholly understandable. I mean, I came here with Maester Maneuvers tonight. My only intention was to offer my aid. As Maester Maneuvers has said, I'm specialised in healing, particularly in, cases of grief and mental distress. It's always been my area of particular study. I didn't even know
I just hit my elbow.
that
Actually really hurt.
And the other knights were intending to come here. My only intent was to offer you aid, and that offer still stands.
Thank you.
You should be aware, Princess, that Dorne has entered an alliance with the Iron Isles as well.
Why does that not surprise me? After they wanted to proclaim him to be a king, that makes even more sense.
Didn't the Iron Islands used to raid Kingsgrave? Heard stories about it. Of course they did.
Yes, currently Dorne is quite a sizable region, considering the size of both Kingsgrave and their own lands.
Then all I can promise is that if there is anything I can do to mend this relationship or to influence it towards a resolution, I would do so. I will be seeking Maester Maneuvers' advice, I would imagine very frequently, in an attempt to try and the situation.